Hello, I'm Ben Jones and you're watching Dukascopy TV. This is the first target in focus of the week. The yen has been the best performing currency so far this year, gaining a total of 2.5% and has advanced against most of its 16 major peers recently as Asian stocks have taken a slide. Joining me on the line to discuss her predictions for yen pairs going forward is Sasha Nugent from Caxton FX. Sasha, I'd like to begin by looking at the dollar-yen pair. Now, is the main factor regarding this currency pair going to be tapering? And can you give us your short, mid and long-term predictions?
I don't think so, actually. Obviously, tapering is going to be a key factor in the direction of this rate, but also the effects of the consumption tax increase from the government is also going to be a key driver, because what we need to see is how this affects the economy. We've had some idea of the fact that it actually may cause the economy to slow down and consumption to fall, and therefore threaten the recovery, and in which the central bank, the Bank of Japan, has said they're ready to actually add more stimulus into the economy. So if they do that on the back of a weaker recovery because of the tax increase, then we could see that become a major factor, not just the tapering issue. For the US yen pair, for the 1 month prediction is 105. For the 3 month, 107.3, and for the 12 months, 111.00.
Now moving on to the euro-yen pair, it slid to 141 on Friday, but how do you see it faring over the 1, 3 and 12-month time periods?
With the euro-yen, there's a lot of factors that will come into play. We still have the issue with liquidity in the eurozone, and that's putting pressure on short-term market rates. And so what the ECB, they've said they're ready to take action, but what action they take and when they take this action will have a huge influence on the 1 to 3 months and 12-month time periods. Again, we've spoken about the yen and the sales tax hike that's coming into play. What the Bank of Japan do against that will also have an influence. But I do think that towards the end of this year actually, the Eurozone will pick up, and actually the market will respond to the ECB's policy action, the action that the ECB has taken, and that might support the euro in the short term. Actually, in terms of towards the end of the year, I do think that the euro will gain some ground. However, if the Bank of Japan do increase stimulus, then I think the euro-yen pair will be back on an upward trend if the Bank of Japan do increase stimulus to counteract the sell hike. The 1 month prediction for euro-yen is 140.75, for 3 months 139.00, and for the 12 months 143.50.
And finally, pound yen. The pound is one of the only major currencies to continue to trade higher than the safe haven currency. Why is this, and what do you see happening for this pair over the short, mid and long term?
I think that the key behind the pound is actually the surprise in which the UK has recovered. Nobody expected the UK to start producing such good figures, especially in terms of unemployment. And I think very little economists expected inflation to fall quite as rapidly as it has. And that has fueled quite a lot of demand for the pound, and the whole situation surrounding when the Bank of England will be comfortable with tightening policy, maybe around early 2015, depending on how the recovery pans out in the next year. So I think that's why the pound has done better than the yen. And of course, we've got the threat of the threat of the Bank of Japan waiting to take action, which may be an increase in stimulus. So again, that is at the back of the market's mind when we look at the sterling to yen rate. I think in the short to mid-term, the pound will remain in control. I think the upside is limited because we do not yet know the effects of the sales hike. So I think that the potential upside to this rate is limited in the short to mid-term. However, how the Bank of Japan reacts will then determine the outlook for the long term. Again, looking at the pound, if we do see hints of hawkish talk from the Bank of England, then there's no reason why we shouldn't see this trend continue into the long term as well. The 1 month prediction for sterling yen is 173.50. For 3 months, 180.00. And for the 12 month, 192.50.
Thank you very much for talking to us today, Sasha. That's all we've got time for, but make sure you stay tuned to Dukascopy TV for more updates and exclusive interviews. But for now, goodbye.